Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to use some of the items that come in our September kit. And I'll just try to lay some of them out here. We got some coffee dyed paper. It smells really good. And some cardstock, some digitals. So we got lots of goodness. And then these as well. Some music paper. These are in 6x6, and then some of that collaged music paper. And then, of course, you've got your bag, which I absolutely love. I use mine constantly. I use all of mine constantly. This is the paper pad. I showed it in a video the other day, but I'll just kind of flip through it real quick. It's got some of the gold foiling in it. And then you got a bag with... This is a glassine bag, and it has some sequins and some ephemera in it. Some die-cut ephemera. Isn't those cute? I'll try to put my sequins back in here so I won't lose those. So I have an idea for those too, but not in this video. This one's going to be a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to put these pieces over here, and then you got, oh, that's pretty. Then you got two of these huge thick envelopes that I love to use. They're very thick. Some washi tape and some this is liquid pearls in the black, and then I think we had another color too. So I'm going to use one of these envelopes. Now all I did was folded it. I just folded it up. It doesn't matter exactly how you fold it, but I'll tell you about, looks like about 2.5 inches. I folded the bottom part up. Now I'm going to trim this off because I want that to be an open pocket as well. So let me grab my trimmer because I don't think I can do that with my eye. I think I would end up messing up. Just going to trim a little sliver of that off. Ooh. Okay, so there's our little sliver. All right, so then we'll have a pocket here and a pocket here, and then we're just going to glue the two ends together, so then you'll have another pocket there. But let me show you, we're not only going to make pockets, let me show you what we're going to do with it. Alright, I'm not going to cover this in here with paper because that's going to be glued together. I'm going to cover this. I'm probably going to put some paper down through here. And then, I'm not going to cover the back because we're not going to need to. Now, these papers are not quite long enough. I mean, they would be if you use this top. They would be long enough. Do I want to use the top? Let me think. I don't think so. I think I'm going to collage this. And I'm going to use some of this, I know. And I just want to tear it down through here. And then I'm going to use my ruler to tear the other edges. So now we have that, and yes, that should go right down through there. And then I think, let's see, do we want to put, trying to decide what I want to put on the other end. I might just put a little bit of that on the other end. I'm going to cover some of it anyway, so I'm not going to be too particular about what I put on there, but just want to get some paper back there. Okay, I think I'm just going to go with another piece of this. Not too happy with that other color on here, but you could certainly do that one color by itself if you wanted to. I think I'm just going to use another piece of this. Trying to save this because this is all I have of it, and it's pretty. You know, I need to save paper, like I need another hole in my head. Okay. So we'll put that one there, and then, let's see, let's do this one this way, maybe. And I'm going to tear it off about right there. Okay. All right, now we can start inking this up. But first, before I ink it up, I think I want to glue these sides down. It'll make it a little bit easier. Right now I'm having to hold everything. So I'm just going to put quite a bit of glue right there because this is a very strong paper. It's thick, so it needs to have quite a bit of glue so that it'll hold it together. And then you just need to make sure you get these sides together. Okay. Now, I folded mine the wrong way a minute ago before I realized exactly what I was going to do. So I do have a little fold line there. You won't have that in yours. So don't worry about that. The only reason I have it in there is because I didn't really know exactly what I was going to do until I got started playing around. Okay, I've inked these, and then I'm going to put that down like that on there. And then this one, I meant to leave that up because I want to glue the end of that one up under there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ink around this. And I'm going to ink here. Okay, we have that inked around. Now I'm going to put some paper kind of down in there just to cover that up a little bit. Let's see. I don't know what I want to put in there, though. That's the problem. I may just use a piece of our coffee dyed paper and put that down in there. I think that will look good. Okay, let's see. I think this will slide right down in there. We hope. Yep, it does. That will work. And then I'm going to flip it over. And I'm just going to trim that off. Let me think. Make sure I get the right side of the ruler. Okay, I'm going to pull that up just a little bit so that I can ink that. Okay, now that'll go back down in there like that. But before we glue anything down, we're going to pull this off. Up there. And we're going to put some magnets on here. So I think I'll put my first one maybe right there. Oh, these are very sticky. And let's see. Maybe the next one right there. Yes. And now we're going to put glue on this to glue it down. This is another one of those projects that I saw in the middle of the night when I should have been sleeping and I couldn't. My mind keeps me awake too much. Okay, now I'm going to try to get this pretty straight. So there we go. Now, if you want to cut these little lips off right here, you can. They're kind of getting in my way, so I think I am going to cut them off. First I thought I would leave them, but they're getting a little bit aggravating. Just going to cut those there, and then cut this side. Yeah, anything gets in my way, I just cut it off. There we go. And then we can just throw a little bit more ink on there. And that is done. Now, I've got a little pucker right here, so I'm going to smooth that out. And that's just because I didn't have the paper laying completely down when I glued. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and try to put my fold back in here. Now, it's not completely dry, so you might want to wait until yours dries. I'm going to go ahead and do it because I'm getting the video done. But if you're doing this, just make sure that you let it sit a while and dry. Mine seemed to have done okay, but sometimes, you know, it'll get some wrinkles in here. Just make sure you put plenty of glue in there. Okay. Now we're going to put these on here. And yes, I should have put the other side of those under this paper, but guess what? I didn't realize I was going to do this until I did it. Because I just work and make things up in my head as I go. So we're going to press that down with those magnets on that side. And then we're going to take, then we're going to take our little punch here. And let's see, punch out a couple of little circles. Like that. Put a little dollop of glue on top of those. Alright, then we're going to glue that down, and so now our little magnets are covered. You can see them if you look at it from the side, but they're basically covered up. So I'm going to let that dry before I close that back up. We're going to go ahead and cover this little flap right here. Now, since we have that there, don't know how that would go. Ooh, I went ahead and covered that one. I should, or closed that. I shouldn't have. Think that will go okay? I think so. So we're going to go ahead and put this on here, and I'm going to just tear it again, and it's not going to be, well, you know what? I may just leave that little piece there because that is like what we have down. So let's just do that. Okay, I'm going to tear a little bit off of this side first because I want it to look torn. Okay. Then we'll lay this down and keep sliding my ruler. All right, let's see how that goes. It's a little bit big, and that's okay. We can still tear it off a little bit more if we need to. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not a little bit big. I think if we move it back there. No, I think the only thing that's a little bit big is this right here. It doesn't look like I tore it straight. So we're just going to tear that a little bit straighter. And then, let's see, we've got this end that looks like it's a little crooked. There we go. Now let's try that. Yes, that will work. Now, I'm not going to tear any of the ends off because if I do, it's going to be too short. So I'm just going to take my scissors and kind of rough the ends up to make them look like they're torn. I have a Tim Holtz tool for this, but sometimes my scissors are just easier to find. It also takes ink a lot better if you tear it. Now I probably will just get one of these finished, but you've got two big envelopes, and you can always do this with other envelopes you have. You don't have to make them this big. You need to make them the size of your journals. Okay, let me make sure that I'm putting that the right way up. I think we can close it now. Yeah, that looks good. So we're going to go ahead . And you could stitch around all these papers if you wanted to. I probably would if I wasn't making this for a video. But you can stitch around all these if you want to, and that'll make it look even prettier. Yeah, that's just the right length if you don't take that end off there. I like that. Okay, so when you open it up, you're going to have, and I love how that paper kind of wrinkled up. I like that. You're going to have a pocket here. Now you can use your little trimmer, and you can use your little hole punch and put a little pull in that if you want to. Let's just go ahead and do it in this first one here. See if I can get it about in the middle. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and ink that. Okay. So now you have a pocket here, right there. And then you have a pocket here in the middle, and then you have a pocket back here. So you have 3 pockets in that belly band. And then we're going to put, and it's going to run this way. So we're going to put a little bit of something on there. I really don't know what. Let's see. We could use some of these beautiful pieces that we got. I think these might be a little bit big for this. So I might use these elsewhere. Let's see what else we have that we can put on here. And you could cut out some of your little pieces and put those on there. Let's see. That'd be a little bit big. Let me go to my ephemera and see what I have. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put a piece of lace down through here. Okay. These are our little silicone tools. I think we have those in stock now. And I'm just going to trim that off right there at the end. Put that over there. And then I'm going to put one of these flowers on here. Now these flowers came with a huge, this. Whoops, stuck to my finger until I got a lot of glue on me. It came with this huge thing in the middle. And that would be way too thick. You can see how thick it is for our journal. So I took that off. And then I'm going to take my blending tool. This has got orange on it, I know, but I'm not going to worry about that. I know those flowers are pink. But I'm just going to touch a little bit of it, and then I'm going to touch just the very ends with a little bit of dark ink. Just to give this flower a little bit of dimension. And I'm going to glue that right there. See, when I put that orange on there, it brings out this little bit of orange that's in the background. And I know it may be hard for you to see, but I'm going to put that right in the middle. Woo! Did you see that glob of glue? Oh my goodness. Well, we should have enough glue on that, guys, shouldn't we? So let's see. I'm going to turn it this way so I can kind of, sort of see the middle. That looks like it right there. Yeah, okay. Put that there. No problem with it hanging off a little bit. That's not a biggie. And then I have these little, they're stuck to my fingers, little little flat butterflies. And it has some of that same coloration in it. These don't give a lot of dimension at all. I've used these in my journals before. So I'm going to put one of these down in the center of that, like that. Oh, it's sticking to my finger and not the page. There's a problem. Okay, put that down right there. Now, this is a belly band. It is a belly band envelope with pockets, and it will go in our journal. Let me grab my journal Got so much on my fingers. I'm just going to grab this one. This one is taller than what I would put this one in. I would put this one in a 9-inch one. This one is 10 inches. So this belly band's going to be a little short, but I just wanted to show you. Let's just say we're putting it on that page. That's the way it would go down. You'd glue it up here and down here. And then you've got a pocket in your belly band. Or you could glue it this way if you wanted to, and have the pocket opening out like this. Doesn't matter, you can glue it either way. So you'll have a pocket on either side. Now, I do have a little leaf, or a little petal, I should say, not leaf, little petal right there that is kind of hanging a little bit, and I'm just going to trim that off and then put a little bit of ink on the end of it, and it's done. Nobody can tell the difference. Then it'll open up all the way. Of course, I'm not going to open it up now because this is not dry. But then there is your envelope pocket belly band. Now these you can make with any type envelopes you have, but the ones that come in your E-Club kit are really nice and strong, so they will make great envelope pocket belly bands. But that's how it would go down. And then you could slide something underneath. You know, you could slide something underneath there, a tag or something. And you could also put little embellishments and things on the inside. But that is it. That is our envelope pocket belly band. You know, we've only used about 29 minutes, so I think we can make another one of these real quick. Let me wipe my glue off and close it up so it'll quit oozing. I've had it laying on its side, that's why it's oozing. And with this one, let's see, what shall we do? I'm going to lay that one up there so it'll dry. Grab my other envelope. I don't know if we'll use the same paper or a different paper. I'm going to fold this up to about right there. You don't want to fold it too high because you want plenty of room at the bottom, or plenty of room up here to put all your goodies in there. So what shall we cover this one with? I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. Open that pocket up. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead while I've got this opened up, trim these little guys off. And I'm going to go ahead while I've got it opened up, open up another pack of our magnets. These are basic grade magnets, and it's the small ones, which is 0.325, I think, if you're looking for them. Someone the other day ordered the large ones and thought they were getting the small ones. The large ones is 0.675 or something like that. Okay, grab 2 of those. I'm going to go ahead and take the backing off of that. Put this magnet down like that. And maybe that one on right there. And they don't have to be perfectly aligned. That's not important. I'll take the backing off of the other side. And then I'm going to fold that over, push that over, press that down. And there are our magnets on both sides. Now on this one, I think I'm going to use some of our fall paper. The reason being is I'm working on all of those fall journals. And I know that other one could be a fall, but I'm going to try to use some of the paper that is with the fall kit that I'm working on. But you could most certainly use the other paper in your E-Club kit. Now, we do have a few more of the E-Club kits loaded up. I don't know if I said that in this video or not. I have made, this is 5 videos, so I can't remember which one I've said that in and which one I haven't. But we do have a few more of those loaded up, and they do have 2 of these big envelopes in there. I think, let's see, and that will be okay. I think I'm going to use this on this side, or maybe I'll use that on the top. I just want to get my whole butterfly on there, but I'm not going to get the whole butterfly on if I use it on the top. So let's see what we can use. Now this is Hello Susan, and I think this one is called, let me look, this one is called Blue Autumn, I think, pretty sure. Oh, we'd get that whole butterfly if we did it that way. So let's use this piece, and then I don't want to use another butterfly down there, so what shall we use? I don't want to use any of these papers, I'm telling you. I want to save them all. I think I might put that one down there on the bottom. I don't know. I want to hoard every one of them. Alright, I know what I'm going to use. This is one of her belly bands, and it is the exact size that I need, so I don't have to cut any paper. I can just use this. And I'm going to be brave and try to cut it with my scissors. We're going to ink, so if I'm a little bit off, it'll be okay. Alright, oh yes, ooh, that is pretty. So we are going to ink this one up, and I'm just going to use my vintage photo again. We could most definitely use the orange, but it's got a lot of orange in it, so I'm just going to use the vintage photo. Isn't that pretty? Now, if you wanted to stitch on these, you could do it before you glue them down, and they would look like they were stitched on there. I'm just going to put mine down. She's got some faux stitching on the edges anyway, so I don't want to add anything to or take anything away from that. Whoops, wrong towel. That was a wet one. Now just make sure that you press it down well around those magnets. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. Alright, we can go ahead and put the top on here, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to cut it right there. I'm still going to use that other one in my fall journal as well, but I just wanted to do one using some of these beautiful papers from Susan. Her link will be below. I have no idea what my hubby is doing in there. You hear that banging? He's hammering on something, and it's in the kitchen. That sounds dangerous. Okay. Let's see. Did I get it a little bit big? Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm going to trim this side off a little bit. Okay, now let's try that again. Yes, that's better. Now I'm going to go ahead and ink my envelope. Oops. Okay, we've got to put paper on here real quick. If we don't, we're going to be in a mess. Because this is the backing is off of that, and it's trying to stick. So let's see if this will fit. Don't know if it will. I'm going to have to hold it up. Okay, let's put that on there so that we can get that all glued down before I end up tearing my paper. Good. Alright, and let's see. I'm going to try to tear this under just a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. If you have any little strays sticking out there, you can always trim them off. And I have a little bit of rounding on that corner, so I'm just going to go ahead and round it a little bit more, because actually one corner was rounded and one wasn't. Okay. Now we have got to put glue up under here. So I'm just going to lift that up and push our glue up under there. Make sure I get it around those magnets. Okay. And then lift all that up and push that back in there. And if you get glue everywhere like I just did, just go ahead and wipe that off before it decides it wants to stick. There goes my computer. Okay. And then just press that down, and there is the inside done. Now I'm going to ink a little bit around this, just to make everything a little bit more blended. Now we're ready to put this piece down. Oh, I forgot to round those corners, but maybe I can do it now, hopefully. So there is that piece down. Isn't that pretty? I don't know that we'll put anything on that, truthfully. What about we just put... No. Really, I don't know if it needs a label or not, because it's got that wording right down through there. So I don't know. Maybe just a number. Let's put a number on there. Yeah, let's just do that. Trim this down. When the paper has got a lot of prettiness on it like this does, you don't really have to add a lot to it. And I feel like sometimes if you add a lot, it takes away from the prettiness of the paper. We definitely don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Okay, so there is that. Oh, I love that. I love both of them. They're both going to go in my fall journals. Very, very pretty. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to put on that one. That's it. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, we do have a few more of these kits available. If you want one, you can go over and grab it. I will put the link for them down below. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.